Great. Good. So let's get started on today's topic, which is more examples of what to discard when you're declarer. And as you know, this is probably easier to discard when you're declarer than when you're a defender, but equally there are some problems there. So hope you can all see my screen. And let's start with this one where you open one no trump and your partner raises you to three no trump, and the opponents lead a heart, which is of course your weaker suit. And in no trump, we're going to start by counting our top tricks on this hand. So I think I can see 4 definite spades, 3 definite diamonds, and 1 club. So it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 top tricks. And you need to look around for more tricks here. And obviously there's a chance for more in clubs and there's a chance for more in diamonds. In the meantime, though, the opponents have got off to their best lead and they're going to start by cashing hearts, and you're going to have to find some discards. And what you need to do is think about what your best source of extra tricks is here. And the clubs could provide another trick if the club finesse succeeds, but the diamond finesse is much more likely to succeed. So, the diamond situation is much more likely to yield an extra trick because you've got 8 diamonds, the opponents have only got 5. So if they divide 3-2, you will get another trick there. Or you might also get one even if they divide 4-1, if someone with 4 diamonds discards a diamond. So we're going to bear that in mind as they play the heart. So they take the first one, play another heart back, and now we're going to have to start discarding. And the important thing here is to keep 4 diamonds in at least one of your 2 hands. So probably best to discard a club there. They play another heart and we discard maybe a club from both hands. And having done that, if they now switch to a club, well, we've already lost 4 tricks. We can't afford to lose any more. So the best line is to not risk the finesse, which will fail if it doesn't succeed, but to just take the ace. And at this point here, we're now going to try to cash our spades and cash our diamonds. And I've got the first poll of the afternoon, which is, which suit do you think you should play now? Should you try to cash your spades or should you play on diamonds first? And the first poll of the afternoon is, which suit are you going to play now? You've just won the ace of clubs. And which suit do you think you should play now? Spades or diamonds? Let's have a look what you said. Well, you may not think it matters too much. Most of you have gone for spades, with a couple of people going for diamonds, but I think it's better to play the spades first. You've got 4 spade tricks. You're never going to make more than 4. So if you play the 4 spades, there's just a chance that someone may discard a diamond, and that may help you if the diamonds are badly divided. If you start by taking the ace, king, queen of diamonds, and someone has 4 diamonds, they will hang on to that last one at the end. So in this situation, better to play the spades first. And let's just bring up the 4 hands while that's going on. You can see the diamonds divide favorably for you anyway, so you'd make it whatever you did here, but you may as well play the spades first. It gives them some discarding problems. Take all your spades, and then at the end, play your diamonds. And as long as they divide 3-2, you'll make all 4 diamonds. So a relatively straightforward one there, but just involving looking at your best chance and not panicking when they start cashing their hearts. All right, let's try another one. Here you're in 1 no trump, and the opponents lead a spade, and you start off by counting your top tricks, which I think here you've got 2 hearts and 2 clubs. And obviously you want to make as many diamonds as possible. Unfortunately, the opponents have got off to a good lead of a spade here. You might try the king here in the hope they've led away from the ace, queen, jack or something like that. But whatever you play, they carry on in spades and knock out your take away your king of spades. And now they're going to carry on in spades, and you're going to have to think about what to discard. And the one thing you need to keep on this hand is those diamonds in dummy. You hope to make 4 diamond tricks, so discard anything else, but try to keep your diamond. So if they play another spade, you might start by discarding a heart, maybe discarding a club. You're going to discard from your hand here. You'll probably find it easier if you keep 2 diamonds. It will make it easier to run those diamonds. So play a heart. They've got another spade, so again discard something. And quite important here, actually, if we bring up the 4 hands, is to the computer says you can make it anyhow, but it's probably a good idea to keep your heart there, so that you won't be forced into dummy. So probably best to play a club there, maybe a heart from your hand. Now finally all the spades have gone, and if they play a club, now we just win that, and now we're going to play on diamonds. And as long as we've got the ace of hearts in dummy, we're always going to make this now, force out the ace of diamonds, and whatever they play back, we'll be able to cross back to dummy and take the last 2 diamonds, making our 1 no trump. Do trump me if you have any questions on this. Here's another one that's quite similar. The opponents lead the king of spades against 1 no trump, and we can see we're in a bit of a problem. We've got no spade stopper, so we're going to have to be discarding things. Let's start off by counting our top tricks, though. We've got 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs, so that's 6 tricks there. And we need to think about where our most likely chance for a 7th is. And although there's a chance in any of the suits, the best chance is going to be diamonds, where we have more diamonds than anything else. We have 8 diamonds. And if the missing diamonds divide 3-2, we should be able to make an extra trick there. So as they play the spades, let's suppose they start off with 2 rounds of spades, a 3rd round, we're just going to try to keep 4 diamonds in at least one of the hands. And it's probably easier to keep them in both hands, so that it's easier to run those tricks. So if they keep playing spades, let's maybe throw away a club and a heart. Play another spade, let's throw away a club and maybe a heart the other way. And whatever they play now, finally all the spades have gone, and now we should be fine as long as the diamonds divide evenly. So we can win this one, and then we play the diamonds. If we play the ace and the king and everyone follows, now we know we can set up a diamond, just lose this one to the queen. But whatever they come back with, we can play a diamond and a club. So we'll make 7 tricks there. And again, it's all about deciding what your best chance of extra tricks is. Do interrupt me if you have any questions. Let's try this one where South, you open 1 no trump. That's 12 to 14, playing a weak no trump. Your partner bids 2 hearts, which is a transfer to spades. So you respond 2 spades, and now your partner bids 3 no trump. And that should be a hand with enough points for game, but with exactly a 5-card spade suit. And because you've only got 2, you pass and you leave it in 3 no trump. So the opponents here start by leading a heart, and we can see we're in immediate difficulties there. Because we've got no stopper in hearts. But before we go any further, have a count of your top tricks here. And in a moment, I'm going to launch a poll, which is how many top tricks does Declarer have? By the way, so no one knows who's answered what. So okay, let's have a look at what we thought. Share the results with you. And most of you have gone for 9, with one person saying 8 and one person saying 11. And let's see what we think. Well, in clubs, we have 5 clubs. In diamonds, we have 3 diamonds. We need to be a little careful about taking those 3 diamonds. We don't have any hearts, and we have 1 spade. So yes, we have 9 top tricks here. And it's so important to count those 9 tricks because the opponents have got off to a heart lead, and they're going to cash hearts, and you're going to have to bear in mind those 9 top tricks as they cash their heart. So whatever you play here, they're going to win that one, play back another heart, and play a 3rd heart, and you're going to start by finding something to discard. And of course, what you must keep is the 5 clubs as well as the ace of diamonds. And what you're going to discard is a spade here. And you can see I clicked on the GIB button, and it's saying that to make your contract, of course, you must discard your spades here. They've got more hearts, so you keep playing your, keep discarding spades. They've got, and then finally all the hearts have gone. Fortunately, they are only able to take 4 tricks, and they lead another spade. And of course, you're not going to risk any kind of finesse here. You're going to take the rest of the 9 tricks by going up with the ace. Then just be a bit careful. Good idea to unblock the ace of diamonds now, then cross to your hand, take your clubs, and then before you play another club, going back to dummy, you need to cash your 2 diamonds, throwing away the spades, and of course you make the rest of the club tricks. So you make your 9 tricks there. So not perhaps a difficult one, unless you fail to make a plan, and if you start discarding clubs, then you won't make your contract. Do interrupt me if you have any questions on that. Let's try this one. This was the one I sent out in email this week, where you open a spade, there's a 2 diamond overcall and a 3 spade bid by North, and you raise that to 4 spades. And we again need to stop by making a plan on this hand and looking at our potential tricks that we're going to lose. So we might lose to the king of spades, that's 1 loser. We might lose 2 hearts, 1 or up to 2 hearts, with the queen and 10 losing if they lose to the king and the jack. We don't have any diamond losers, and we've got a number of club losers. But the clubs, we can see that we can hold our club losers to no more than 2 by roughing 2 clubs in dummy. So if we think about it that way, we've got, we can, by roughing clubs in dummy, we can lose no more than 2 clubs. We might lose the spade, the king of spades. We can't do anything about that. But when we play the ace and king of diamonds, we have a chance to discard. And when we discard, of course, what we must discard is the 2 hearts. There's no point discarding clubs here because you've only got 2 losers as long as you're able to rough 2 clubs in dummy. So if they lead a diamond and we take that first one, we need to discard a heart. We might then try the spade finesse, leading the jack of spades, but that loses on this occasion. And if they play another diamond, we can win that with the king, and we've got to discard again our heart loser. Beginners find it very hard to throw away their queens, but here it's definitely the right thing to do. Now we're going to draw that last trump, and now all the trumps have gone. We're going to try the clubs. We might lead a low club, hoping that West has got the ace. That's not the case on this occasion, so it loses, and we lose our 2 club tricks. But after that, we can regain the lead, and we can rough those 2 clubs. So we'll rough a club, maybe rough a diamond, and rough that last club. And then we've just got trumps left in our hand. So played that way, we'll make 10 tricks there. And of course, the thing was to figure out what to discard on that ace king of diamonds. Let's try this one here, where you've opened 1 spade and your partner jumps to 4 spades. And again, you're going to stop to make a plan and count your losers here. So I think we've got, what, 1 spade loser, 2 heart losers, no diamond losers, and we've got one potential club loser. So it's one spade, two hearts, and two clubs, four losers. Let's suppose we win this first trick with the ace of hearts, and I've got the third and final poll for you, which is what suit should you play now? You've just won the first trick with the ace of hearts. Think about what your plan is on this hand and what suit are you going to play now? Okay, let's have a look at the results. You've all responded, that's good. And 50% went for diamonds, but a quarter went for spades and a quarter went for clubs. And when this hand was played, only two declarers managed to make four spades on this hand. The rest of you went down, and you really need to have a little think about what's going to happen on this hand. Let's suppose you think about drawing trumps, as some of you did. If you draw trumps, what's going to happen? The opponents will get in, and I presume they will cash two hearts. Okay, so they will win the ace of spades and two hearts, and they make their three tricks then. And after that, the only way to make the contract is if the club finesse succeeds. Otherwise, you're going to lose four tricks. Those of you who suggested leading clubs, that's also not necessarily a good idea, because if the club finesse fails and they win the king of clubs over here, they can take two tricks in hearts right away, and they're always going to win the ace of spades. So yes, the correct suit to play now is the diamonds. Before you touch trumps, before you play clubs, you need to play 3 rounds of diamonds so that you can discard a loser. And you need to take that. This is one of the reasons for delaying drawing trumps, when you need to discard a loser. So we'll take the king, cross back to the queen. Of course, there's a slight chance of a ruff here, but it's very small considering you have so few diamonds. And then when you play the last diamond, you can discard a heart. And now you're only going to lose one heart trick. So now if we switch back to, if we go to trumps, they can take their ace, but they can only take one heart trick. And whatever they play now will win that one. After we've drawn trumps, so there's one more trump to go, so let's draw that. We're going to try the club finesse. Here it fails, but you'll still make your contract because you've got all the rest of the clubs and trumps left. So that's the way to make 10 tricks. The best chance is to play the diamonds early on and realize you must discard a heart. Don't play trumps and don't play clubs. Any comments or questions on that? And let's try this last one. Here, East has opened with a weak 2 spades. You bid 3 hearts, and your partner raised you to 4 hearts. And the opponents lead the ace of spades. And we need to stop to make a plan. Again, count our losers here. And I think we've got 2 spade losers, probably no heart losers, because we've got 9 trump with the ace, king, queen. But we have a diamond loser, the 6 of diamonds, no club losers. So it looks like we're in quite good shape, except you need to think about the bidding here. East has shown a 6-card suit here. So if West leads the ace and then plays another spade back to their partner's queen, we are now in danger if they now play a 3rd round of spades, because it's very likely, based on the bidding, that West started with just 2 spades. And so we are in danger here if we ruff low of being over-ruffed. So if we ruff them with a 6-5-4-2, we may well be over-ruffed here by West. So in that kind of situation, an alternative to ruffing low is ruffing high, which we could think about here. Or we could think about discarding a loser. And I think here discarding a loser is probably the best option. If we ruff high with the ace or king, it weakens our trump holding, and now we might lose a trick. So I'll bring up the four hands at this point, and you can see that if I click here on the GIB button, they say I can make this contract, but not if I ruff low or if I ruff high, because ruffing high will promote a trick for West with the queen, with a jack 10-9. And the best thing to do here is to play a low diamond, throw, it's called a loser on loser play, and deliberately allow them to win that trick. If they carry on with another spade, then we have nothing to discard here, and we may as well ruff low. And if they over-ruff, we can now over-ruff that in dummy. So if that all succeeds, we can now draw the remaining trumps, and we can claim the rest and make our 10 tricks there. So here this was a case of discarding the 6 of diamonds rather than trying to ruff low or ruff high. Okay, so those were all examples of playing in Declara, trying to decide what to discard or whether to discard in this last case. Anyone have any comments or questions on that? We'll end the talk there.